Well, hello everybody. How are we? It looks to me, just guessing, it looks to me like we are off on another adventure today. Looks like it to me. Actually, yeah, I'm out going to do me a little bit of camping today. Do me a little bit of fishing. Brought the Starlink. Set me up some internet access. And maybe do me some fishing. Be the first fishing trip of the year. You know, I don't know how well it's going to work, to be honest. The river's up a little bit. It's clear, but it is up just a little bit. And quite honestly, we just had, about 2 months ago, we had the second worst flood in local history. So I don't know if there's going to be anything biting or not. But either way, even if there ain't, we'll still have quite the little adventure. That much is for sure. That much is guaranteed. Anyway, I'll be here for at least one day, probably two. We'll see, you know, just kind of play it by ear and see how I feel, you know, see what I think about it. Anyhow, I came over late winter before everything got growing, and kind of cleared me out a little spot here in the brush, and it looks like it's just about right, just about shady. It's supposed to be, it's decent today. It's about 70 right now. It's supposed to be 70 today. 65 right now. But like I said, it's supposed to warm up. It's supposed to be about 50 tonight. And a little bit cool. I didn't bring any heater. Well, I brought a little buddy heater in case I need it. I didn't bring the diesel heater. Got a few little limbs to move, you know, last few storms. You know how that is. Smells good. I smell honeysuckle already. Huh. I don't see any. Honeysuckle can't be blooming. How am I smelling honeysuckle? It's way too early for it. I definitely smell honeysuckle. 100%. 100%. All right, I guess I better get off here and get to work. Oh no, that looks pretty cozy right there, don't it? Went up instantly. I just opened the tailgate and everything jumped out and put itself into place automatically. Didn't have to do nothing. Amazing technology these days. But I should be good to go up here. I've got just about everything ready to go. But I brought me some tiki torches for when I'm down at the river fishing a little bit later. I don't know if they'll do any good, you know, but we'll find out, won't we? Busy little spot. Lots of critters, lots of birds. I have to go down, I have to take a machete, and the water weeds are up already. And I have to actually go down with a machete and the fishing poles first trip. And I'll come back up, you know, later and get whatever else I need, chair, bait, etc. But camp should be good to go. I've got my bed ready, got my table all set up. We broke bad and bought a Starlink Mini, and I got it sitting right over there on that tree. I had a time getting that thing lined up, but I've got all 4 bars, so it should be okay. I've got it turned off right now. It draws about 20 watts just being on. So, you know, if I'm not using it, there's no use having a constant drain on my battery. But I've got 200 amp hour battery there. I've got, yeah, that small little mini one. Got another 100 amp battery just in case. 100 amp hour battery. But anyway, TV over here. There's my power bank. Got more power. I had my cookies out. Look here. I was thinking to myself, they got tossed around. And then I tossed my cookies. And then it dawned on me the last time that I stayed here, I had a salad from Walmart. And I got sick from the dressing. Presumably the dressing. I don't know. But I was over here, middle of the night, pouring rain, sick as a dog. Yeah, it was not very pretty. Trip still turned out okay, though. I still had fun. You know, I went ahead and stayed the rest of the trip and had fun. You know, it was cool. It all worked out in the end. Anyway, all right. This, just in case anybody's curious, this is a floodplain. It's no man's land. No one owns it. The river gets up here, and this was just raked a couple months ago really bad. This spot where I'm standing was probably under, we'll say 6-8 feet of water, something like that. The bottom. Oh yeah, I was going to show y'all that. Those of you who've been watching, you probably remember this spot. You probably know what I'm about to show you too. This bottom right here, this big field, was just completely covered over with flood mud. Yeah, you can still see the cracks in it. But look how it's growing in, how fast it is already. It's just a couple months ago, the flood. That right there would have been under 20 to 30 feet of water, 25, 30 feet of water, something like that. So it would have been really deep there. It just raked everything flat. So yeah, but I've got my little spot, my little fishing spots back down this way and back up. So I have to go down here in a little while and take my machete, my first trip, cut me a little path, take my fishing rods down, and come back up for the rest of my stuff. The way I figure it, you know how fishing trips are, right? How camping trips are. You have to consider the fish to be a bonus. You can't, they don't cooperate unless they feel like cooperating. Kind of ironic, isn't it? Okay, all right, turn the camera off and get back to work. See y'all in a few. Hopefully we'll be down by the river soon and laying into a really big catfish. This is a great spot, used to be. The last few years I've caught several really nice ones. The river comes down this way, bends around, and goes right down through that way. I've caught several real nice ones right over here. Now, wish me luck, guys. Wish me luck. Let's go cut some weeds. Well, I got everything buttoned up for now. Got my fishing rods already down there in my tackle box. Got a backpack full of junk and my chair, and getting ready to head down. I thought I'd show y'all this real quick. This little path going down to the river. Been paying real close attention to the ground too, by the way, in case anybody's curious. Ain't too many down here. Too many rattlesnakes, which is bad. You know, down there by the water, it's typically copperheads. And they don't rattle. They don't warn you. Now y'all bear with me now. Like I said, we had a flood just a couple months ago. So it's a little bit trashy still. But the water does look really good. I came down and checked it out. The water looks really good. Had a time getting to my spot, but I made it. See where the ATV was at a few days ago. I did all of this with a machete. All these water weeds from here on down. Only took about 20 minutes. This used to be my old camping spot right here, but you can see the flood left trees in the middle of it, and it's not level anymore. It's a bowl shape. Maybe someday. For now, we're okay. We'll deal with what we got. It's close enough. It's closer than walking from the house. Look at that. Getting pretty. Getting a little pretty. This looked rough just a couple months ago. It looked a lot worse. But you can still see there's a lot of little trash and stuff in the trees, but nothing like what it was. It's the only bad spot right there. Just gotta kind of climb over the roots. Yes, I did all this with a machete too. We're almost there though. And I've got everything I need with me. We are here for the next little while. There's my fishing rods right there and tackle box waiting on me. A little loose sand, but that's okay. I can live with that, I suppose. As long as I don't fall in the creek, I can live with it. Made me a little level spot to sit my chair. And we are just about ready. Get my fishing rods, get my bait out. The water looks really good. I can see at least 3 feet down into it. Okay, well, I am all baited up and ready for the first cast of 2025. There we go. Watch it backlash. Whee! That'll work. Well, believe it or not, they are actually biting a little bit. Of course, I believe it's smaller ones, but if they're biting, that's probably a good sign, hopefully. I've got 2 good runs so far. Got one on this one and one on that one. But I'm getting a lot of little bites. Like I said, presumably smaller catfish, but hey, if they're biting, hopefully the big ones might be biting soon too. Alright, I'm going to get off here and probably reel that one in and head up to the camp, I guess, and get started on dinner. I'm getting kind of hungry. Well, what do you think, guys? Got me a big piece of beef ready. Got my seasoning mix, my rub ready to go. Some salt, pepper. Got some A1 just in case I don't like my Got me some potatoes and some onions cut up. And what I'm going to do, put that in the center, put the other stuff around it, fold it up, make me a nice little pocket, season it real well, and then put the whole thing right on top of that. This needs to cook down just a little bit more, and we'll be ready to throw dinner on just about the time I get this ready. It should be ready to go on the fire. So I guess I need to quit talking and get this stuff prepped and get it ready to go on the fire. Okay, dinner is ready. Look at that thing. Look what a beast. Big potatoes, whole bunch of onions. About 1 hour on the stove. Not bad. Not bad at all. Not too shabby. Nice hot meal at the end of the day. Y'all want to buy it? Don't look too bad, does it? Got me some A1 too. But watching Gladiator 2. Got the Starlink turned back on. And I was talking to Heather. I guess you can get by with sword fighting. There's no copyrighted music in sword fighting, I don't think. Okay, well, anyway, I'm gonna kick back here, have me some dinner, watch my movie, and then we'll figure it out from there, how we want to proceed with the rest of the day. Sound like a plan? Well, I don't know if I'll catch anything, but hang on. My spot looks really good. Got my tikis out and a little light down there between the rods. Got this one on, you know, just a little bit of extra light. Got my liver right there chilling in the water. Beavers did not find it. So I guess I am ready. All I need to do is bait back up and get out there. Now I've got some citronella in those, by the way. Not real buggy. It's kind of chilly actually, so I don't think it's going to be too buggy, but we got there's one. We got the citronella if something does show up. So, well, I was worried that I wouldn't get any bites, but that is not a problem. They are flat eating me up. As soon as it hits the water, they're just all over it. So I'm assuming it's, you know, smaller ones, 8-10 inch range, something like that. But man, just as soon as the liver hits the water, they're just all over it. See a few gnats now. I don't know if y'all can see them very well or not, but there we go. That's better. See a few, not many. Alright, let's get some bait out. I think I'm just going to try one rod. Use the white one. I can see it a little bit better. And just bait it up and just try to concentrate on one for a while. And we'll see what happens, you know. At least they're biting. It's moving right now. Wow, and I can see the train reflecting. You can only see it in the camera if you hold the light directly over the camera, though. Huh. Interesting. Well, guys, I know you ain't gonna believe me. Talk is cheap, but I just had a good one on the line. I felt him coming in and just twing, gone. He got loose. It was a nice one, though. Okay, I'll Not leaving now. We can't leave now, can we? Alright, we're back in there. Well, it's been pretty quiet since I hooked that big one. I heard him up, well, I don't know if it was him, but right after it got loose, something came up and splashed right over there, presumably him. But thought I'd show you what I was doing here. Works best in a lake with still water, but you see I've got a little paper cup, little styrofoam cup on the line, and I've got my bill open so that they can, you know, run with it. The little paper cup takes off, you know. There's your real good indicator at nighttime, you know. Helpful anyway. Can't hurt every little advantage, I suppose. But I see all kinds of little minnows just all over the place. They're everywhere. But anyway, it's getting to be about a little after 10. They're playing with it still. A little bit. Well, it's took me all evening to get here, but I'm almost at the end of my movie. How much longer's left? Not long. 25 minutes. Pretty good movie, though. Pretty good movie. I got me a little fire going outside still, and just kind of, you know, floating in and out as needed. Go out, hang out by the fire. Was chatting with Heather for a while, and, you know, just hanging out, watching a movie. Listen to owls. Alright, I guess I'm going to watch the rest of my movie and probably close up shop here in a minute and see if I can get this thing to hold a little bit of heat. It's not going to get cold, about 50, so I don't think it'll be that big a deal. But anyway, alright, we'll see y'all in the morning. Good night, everybody. Well, good morning. Which, you know, to be honest, it's not morning, it's around noon. Been a really, really good day so far. Just went for a little walk earlier and fired up the Starlink and you know, just hanging out and just kind of enjoying it, soaking it all up, you know. Not the most secluded. I hear, you know, you hear a truck going by every now and then, or a train over on the track, but it's a cool little spot, you know. I still like it. Just kind of tucked in between, you know. You can hear them, but you can't see them, and they can't see you. Interesting, huh? Just tucked in a little corner by the river. Great little spot, though. This has been fun. Last night was nice, just hanging out, and had me a little fire out here, and yeah, that was pretty cool. That was pretty cool. Been a great little adventure so far. Starlink is doing okay. This is its first time. This is my first time with it, you know, out in the field, I guess is the right thing, the right term. And it does great. My problem is getting a clear view of the sky. You know, that's the best shot that I've got right there, is on that tree trunk. And according to the alignment, it wants to be tilted that way. And there's a tree right there, you know. There's a whole bunch of open sky right that way, Starlink. Why don't you, what's wrong with those satellites? It shows them. Why can't we use those? We wouldn't have these problems. Yeah. It says it wants a pretty much completely clear view, like 110 degrees of clear sky with no obstructions whatsoever. It even mentions, you know, a power line, or, you know, just about anything will obstruct it, apparently. Key torches, they worked great. I really like that. Those are super handy. There's not kind of tape's coming loose. I'm going to have to, I'll redo it. I don't know. You know how it is. Melted a little bit right there too. It was a quickie fix, I guess. And then, you know, we got a little bit carried away. And I hear a coal truck. Or, well, some sort of tractor trailer. The road's actually, let's say, I don't know, hundreds of feet that way. It just echoes. Be squat. Can't see anything. And when I get this other one down here, if I ever do get that fixed down there, you know, there's just so much damage, and the spots that were level are just completely wrecked now. And of course, you know, once this gets dry here, once all that dries out, you know, and settles, all those cracks in the ground, rain will eventually fill all those cracks in, and you'll have a whole bunch of brand new level spots over here. So yeah, I'll have me a whole bunch of nice camping spots, but it's going to be a little while. For now, we're going to have to make do. That's not that bad for a make do spot. For, you know, for something, you know, not your prime choice, it's not too bad. Tonight's dinner will be a little bit on the oddball side. I've got an MRE. I've got a bunch of cookies and snacks and chips. And what else do I have for dinner? Oodles of noodles. That'll work. Yeah, we got more stuff. We're fine. Which I'll be going to town a little later to get some fresh liver. That chicken liver I got yesterday is, you know, it's very mushy, you know, a lot of, you know, squishy. It's not, you know what I mean. I'm sure if you were to cook it, it wouldn't matter, but for what I'm doing with it, it matters. You know, you can't, it won't stay on your hook. You know, it's just too squishy. So I'm going to go up and see if I can't get me a fresher bowl of chicken liver, see if I get lucky or not. Well, it's early afternoon now. Turned out to be a really beautiful day. Not that I can see much of the sky, but I don't see a single cloud in it. It's, believe it or not, it's 87.3 degrees in nearly perfect shade. And I would imagine considerably warmer out in the sun. I'm going to have to run up into town. Remember, I was joking earlier about, you know, some critter eating my food, eating my bait down by the river. If I left the chicken liver, well, guess what? I left the chicken liver, put it, you know, in water about that deep, you know, and had a rock on top of it to cool water. I was thinking the liver would keep. No, let's just say you could say the liver did not keep. The liver was gone. The bowl, there was no trace of the bowl. Just guessing, off the top of my head, I'm going to say about 6 miles from here, something like that. So I'll run up and button everything up here and run up and get some bait and maybe get me a piece of chicken or something. Give the MRE one more day to sit on the shelf. I brought that thing with me on several trips. Chicken and rice. Menu number 4. Military, man. That's wild. That menu number 4. Chicken and rice. Complete meal. We'll be having chicken, but probably not that particular chicken right there. We'll still have it in case we get desperate. It's got cookies, and y'all know MREs, they got cookies and forks and spoons and salt and pepper and just everything in the world, you know, that you can think of. They got it. But anyway, it don't have liver. It don't have chicken liver, unfortunately. Got me a nice little spot set up. I've got wow, it looks like it's barely moving in the camera. It's not. I assure you, that little thing is getting it. It looks weird in the camera. It looks like looks like it's barely moving. Huh. But yeah, there's a really good breeze right here. And I've got the tent open to the shady side. So I'm trying to, you know, draw cooler air in. And this back wall, I noticed this. This is the one that's exposed to the sunlight, and it's white on the outside to reflect heat. The black is only on the inside. The outside's white. That thing is hot. I mean, you can feel the heat coming on. I can feel it from here. About right there. I can barely feel it right here. But just under the, like I said, just under the fan, in the shade, it's 88 now. It just broke at 88.0. Yeah, it's getting up there. But I may get me some ice as well. Just happened to think about that. I need a couple cups. Don't need much. I just got a few drinks and stuff in there, but you know, grab me some ice. The only, won't need it, but just for a few hours, I would imagine. Here about sunset, it's going to cool off pretty quick. But it's supposed to get mid-60s tonight, low. Well, we are back in the game. I ran up to town, up in the Mate One, and got some fresh chicken liver, clear bowl. I can see it. It looks really good, nice and firm. So hopefully that'll help. Of course, if it's little ones, you know, they're going to do what they do. It's just how it is. But yeah, I got me, like I said, got me a couple pieces of chicken, and so yeah, it's been a pretty good day. And nice, just kind of hanging out, and took the UTV, like I said, up into town, cruise around just a little bit, and get back to camp. I didn't want to stay out any longer than necessary. You know, you got all kinds of junk sitting out in the middle of nowhere. So yeah, but I got back pretty quick, and like I said, I had lunch and finished topping off batteries and whatnot, all that good stuff. Still got to cut up a little bit of wood for later, but that shouldn't be a big deal. Anyway, I guess we are ready to bait back up. I got back, the tent was, inside the tent was 92 degrees, and I turned the fan on, opened the sides up on the shady side up, and it dropped to 81 in no time. So yeah, that helped. And that fan, you know, the fan helped too. But it's still pretty toasty right now. That thing is, yeah, which it's about, I don't know, I'm guessing 85 right here in the sun. Now, I had the other liver, which realistically speaking, the liver was mush. It was pretty much liquefied. But I had it sitting right here with that rock on top of the liver bowl. The whole thing is gone. Liver, bowl, lid, all of it. The rock is right there. I found that just 3 feet from the liver. So yeah, we know who. I left my liver by the river, and then a beaver stole it. Sounds like a country western song, don't it? Left my liver by the river, and a beaver stole it. Gotta watch them beavers. I got something big. Sorry about the shaking. I gotta hold the rod with one hand and the camera with the other. I need to wait a minute. Let him get a little bit. He's not done. He's not fought enough. I know better. Okay. Fine. We'll fight over here. He's a nice little cat. I see him. I knew there was some more fight in him. Watch him. I knew it. I knew it. Come here. I knew you wasn't done fighting. I knew he hadn't begun to fight yet. You done? there's something going on. My reel drag's loose. Okay. That's better. Come on, man. He's really fighting, ain't he? He ain't that big. There's something going on with this reel, too. Not sure what's up with that. He probably just needs oil. It's from the 90s. But we got one anyway. He is a fighter, dude. Watch him. Watch him go. I knew he wasn't done yet. Alright, you ready? And he's wanting to go up instead of in. Trying to make sure I wear him down before I try to land him. That's when they flop and bust you in the face and leave. Okay, I think we're about ready. There you go. Turn out that way. And we're going to land in one long sweep. Boom. He's a nice one. Look at that. He's a good one. Ha. That'll work, won't it? That will work. Look at that baby doll. You are very sweet. I'd almost kiss you. Almost. Almost. How's he hooked? He's hooked pretty good, so I'm gonna lay him down here and turn my camera off, turn the GoPro off, and no. And get ready to turn our little friend here loose. He's getting anxious. Alright, you wait right there. You do that. Do that. And oh, sorry. You're looking at me. Okay, you do that. And I will get off here and get the camera down and get our little friend turned loose, and I will be back. Hopefully we'll catch his grandpa real soon. There he goes, off to have more fish adventures in Fishland. That was a good fish though. That was a good, here we go. I saw that. You think I didn't see it, but I did. This one's not as far. That one was a good distance out in the main channel. This one, I'm going to say 35 feet from the bank here. The other one was almost on the other side. It's still getting a little nibble. Alright, I may need to get off here and see if we can't catch this one too. See you in a minute. So what are you guys catching all of yours on? I'm using June bug hearts. Takes a lot of them for one hook. They're still biting. There's a lot of the little ones, you know, you can see it playing with it, you know, moving it just a little bit, but every now and then one will come by and rod will jump a little bit. Now they are biting. And the sun's gone down now. It's just now getting to where it's going to be, you know, really nice evening to sit back and relax. And well, they have definitely slowed down. I'm still getting a few little taps here and there, and I got one run a minute ago, nothing dramatic, He didn't go that far. I might. The longer this goes, the more I'm thinking head up to the campsite, hang out, have me an awesome evening, maybe come back in the morning. We'll see. Hanging out at camp? Yes, sir. Good little trip. I like my little house. Okay, let's get back to it. It's like I said, it's really nice out. It's about 60 degrees. It's a little bit cool, but the fire is super nice. I mean, it's just a really good bed underneath it. And yeah, feels really good right here. I like it. Alright, I'm probably gonna let this go out real soon and get ready to call it a night. Somebody's in a good mood, ain't they? Oh man, I thumbs down that. I meant to pause it. Oh man, that sucks. I was getting into that. Alright, it's about 10:30, something like that. I've been up since about 9. I bet there's some squirrels out there that don't know what in the hell is going on. AC/DC, Metallica, Skinner, I mean, you name it, man. I just been blasting all morning long. It has been awesome. I've loved it. You know how you get up in the mornings, you know, your head's kind of, you know, your head's muddy, you know what I mean? Yeah, a few cups of super concentrated coffee with heavy doses of sugar and a little bit of Metallica at full power. That'll get you cranked up, my friend. I'm not only going to pack up my stuff today. I may pack up the whole damn river bank and take it home. I haven't decided yet. Okay. I'm in a good mood, I guess. No drugs involved. It's perfectly natural. Just saying, throwing it out there. It's just me. Look at that though, man. Look at that. How sweet does that look? That is awesome. I love the way this camp turned out. The Starlink is bad shot, but other than that, it works. It's good enough for now. I love this spot. I really do. I wish it was a little bit closer to the river. But other than that, you know, it's about no, it's not that far, I guess, 2 minutes. You can walk it in about 2 minutes. Not that far. But I'm having a really good morning. Hyper, in a good mood. Getting that hyper thing going. I've always been like that, though. Ever since I was a little kid, you know, you just, I don't know. You just don't sit still very well. You know, like sitting challenged or something. I don't know. Maybe I need Ritalin. I don't know. They do that with adults. I don't even know if adults do that. I don't think I'd want to kill it anyway. I like that. I like hyper. You know, I imagine if I was a kid, when I was like little, I was like this too. You know, these days, I would certainly be on Ritalin or something. But I'm glad that stuff didn't exist when I was young. Little wild Leo. Ain't grew up yet and ain't going to. Pretty safe bet. Alright. Let's get back to it. I've got some music to listen to. I've got some more coffee to drink. And I'm just going to soak some of this up. Get a little bit more air. Go. Oh no, that's a sun side. Deer. I was trying not to cough till I got the camera on. Though there's 3, I didn't see that one. They were right here. That's who's been hanging out in these flower beds and smushing everything down. I bet they're wondering, go on, B. I bet they're wondering why I'm in their living room. Well, they can have it back now. I'm ready to go. Look at that. Look here. That's full. That's full. Look at that. I got everything strapped down good. Got it all cleaned up. Nothing left but a little leftover firewood and some ashes from last night's fire. I made sure it's out though, by the way, in case anybody's curious. It was out last night. So it's definitely out now. But yeah, this has been, I do these, I do try to do these a lot, these little trips and stuff, for the YouTube channel, and it's, it's just plain fun. Let's just be honest, it's fun. But I'll be honest, this one here, for some reason, I don't know what the deal was. I've had internet before. I've had cell service. Of course, out here remote with the Starlink is a little bit. Of course, I've been remote before on mountaintops and had cell service to watch TV. But maybe it was the big Catfish. Maybe it was, I don't know. I don't know what it was. Maybe I guess probably a whole bunch of things come together. But this was a really, really, really good trip. It really was. I hope y'all enjoyed this. I hope y'all enjoyed this half as much as I did. If you do, you liked it quite a bit. So, but I guess we are ready to roll out, I do believe. A little pile of leaves. Okay, looks good. Crows still hollering. The deer want their spot back. Alright, we're ready to travel. Let me say that and then UTV not start or something. Okay. Alright guys, let's get out of here. Very much appreciate, like I said, appreciate all y'all coming, and I hope you enjoyed our little trip out here in the middle of nowhere. It was certainly a fun trip. We will see you guys on the next little adventure then. I guess that's about it for this trip. Leo out. See you everybody.